There used to be a towel bar right here, and it was attached with drywall anchors like this, and eventually it ripped out. So I want to put on a new towel bar, but I want to screw that into studs which are here, here, and here. So I either need a really short one to go the halfway, or a really long one of just the right length, but there's none available that size. So I just bought a relatively short one, which certainly doesn't reach the whole wall. And I also bought a long piece of aluminum tubing, which is just the right diameter for those brackets. I just ran into a problem here. Where I put this bracket, I was too close to this trim, so this would hit. So I could cut away part of this trim, or I could just move this bracket over a bit, and I drilled a pilot hole and it just went into air. So there's no stud behind here. So rather than cut away part of this trim, I just cut away part of this thing here so I can get in there. This doesn't go in as far as I think it should, because there's this little tab in here which keeps it from going all the way in. So for the other end, I already cut out a little notch on the end of the pipe, and that way I can get much further in there. So I'll do that on this end too. Now that's the studly way to mount a towel bar. But it wasn't as smooth going as I made it look. I first thought I cut this thing too long because this wouldn't quite fit on here. And then I realized actually the wall here is angled this way a little bit. And with me making the tube go all the way in here, I couldn't get it on there straight. So I actually had to file a bit of a taper onto the end of this here so I could get the angle the way the wall wanted to go. And the set screw that's in here, the one that came with this, was missing, so I had to go and make one, which took a bit of time. And I also discovered I hung it too low. As soon as I mounted it, I saw it's like, oh, that's crooked. So I actually did take a tape measure and measured it and drilled some new holes. Fortunately, the old holes are still covered by this flange. And one of the reasons I'm making this video is I just got myself a Canon G7X. Which people say is a decent vlogging camera. I'm kind of unfamiliar with it, so I thought I'd just make more of a quickie throwaway video to get familiar with this camera. And the reason I got this camera is both of the lenses on my Nikon J1 and the J3 broke. I sent those in for repair, but it'll be a while before I get them back. Some aluminum